Hello everyone. It's 3:30. I've actually been out for most of the day, but last night I got a migraine and it was a really painful one. Not just the aura. It started when I got into bed. No, it started when I was trying to edit and my vision went out. It's my third this week, and before you're like, oh my gosh, go to the doctor. Around my ovulation week, that can happen, usually 3 to 4 migraine auras. Doesn't happen every month. So this is number 3. But the other 2, I didn't hurt after the aura stopped. This one, it's like a full migraine. But I stuck with my plan to go out with Sebastian. We were going to go to the Potty store and to Target, and I had a list of things. Potty store turned out to be closed permanently, and I was driving at the time trying to I was at a red light trying to put in the location, and it wasn't coming up. It was telling me to drive like an hour away to Alexandria, Virginia to go to a Potty store. There's literally none anymore anywhere near us. They're all closed. But we did Target first, and I was feeling so bad I didn't film. I was trying to get socks, which I did get to wear with the Vans I got. And then I wanted to get a lunch bag for myself. And Sebastian wanted a new backpack just because he hasn't gotten one since first grade. He used an old one of Jax's for this past year. And I think he used the other one for 2 years, first and second. But they were all too expensive and there was not many more choices. Same on lunch bags, very few choices. And I did look at the women's clothes, but I didn't see anything. Seriously, all the pants are either barrel-legged or ankle length or both. And I don't want. Why do I want my pants to be that short? I don't. So, yeah, I don't know what all we got. We got my socks. Sebastian got his favorite flavor of Capri Suns that we can only find there. And I did get some ice packs for my lunch bags because the kids are really good at losing theirs. So I'm going to have 2 of my own. And he got a couple little built-in waffle block sets from the dollar spot that we collect and put in a big bag. What else? We got some sheets of Minecraft stickers to be party favors. And just a couple food items, I think, was it. And so then we went to the dollar store since the Potty store was closed. We had 1 green tablecloth, so we got that. And I got some stationery stuff. I'm just nervous that my migraine's gonna start up again. My eyes feel bad. I got some stationery stuff like notebooks and pens. I don't know how many meetings I'm gonna have on the in-service days, the teacher work days I have. And then some various stuff. In front of us on the checkout lane were I don't know, 50 rolls of scotch tape, 50 packs of post-it notes, just all sorts of stuff. And a lady came over, she's like, oh, let me just reach through, because we were looking at little sensory noodle fidgets. I was like, oh yeah, we have these, they're great. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm a teacher, these will be great. And she starts grabbing a bunch of them and adding them to her stuff. I'm like, oh, what grade do you teach? And she's a 5th grade teacher at one of the other elementary schools in our cluster. Multiple elementary schools feed into one middle school, which feeds into one high school in our area. So I was like, oh yeah, my friends went there. My friend was a 5th grader. My friend's daughter was a 5th grader, and she didn't have her, but she knew her, and just like, oh yeah, she talked to me all the time at recess. She does love to talk. And yeah, I let her know that I was placed in ECSC. She totally got me on, like, understood the shock of being put with like 2-year-olds when you're like, oh yeah, I really love those 5th graders that I've been working with. But she was amazing, and we're like, no, go ahead, you check out your stuff, it's fine. And she ended up spending just under $200. I was like, $190. That's impressive at Dollar Tree, but they did raise all their prices, and everything's just like a hot mess there. Some things were still $1.25, but a lot of things were $1.75, $3, $5, $7. We saw an $8. It's ridiculous. You gotta be really careful there now. But came home and I ate. I had chips, salsa, and an orange. And I was about to start the decrease rounds, but Danny just messaged that we should work on the side porch railing since it's not as hot today. So I think I'm gonna have to drag myself up and go deal with that. Spray myself with bug spray. My head hurts so much though. Anyway, sorry I didn't film any of that. My head was hurting so much that despite doing over 2,000 videos every single day, I didn't even think about filming anything. Like, I was just trying to survive. We'd go into one area of Target and the lighting would just trigger me to feel either dizzy or queasy, or like I couldn't even see straight. So it was a struggle. So I'm glad I didn't really buy much, because I would have really been settling because I couldn't tell what was going on. Luckily I didn't have any problems driving. It was more the indoor lighting that was bothering me. Alright, bye for now. Door, dude. Some break this. Oh, how do we get him if he's on the screen?
Scare him off.
Stop.
You cute. No.
Be careful. He's up in the sunflower now. Or that's somebody else? I don't know.
The bees good.
Well, the bees are loving the sunflowers and they're not even open yet. They've been all over it.
It's gone.
Okay. All right, everyone. We have just done our bath. We being me, not me and you. You were not in my bath, but the railing did not happen. Everything is so janky out there that it's really hard to measure, and it's kind of a situation where you just have to go for it, but we only have like 1/8 of an inch of wiggle room for all of the cuts, the angles, the lengths of both the top and the bottom rail. And we just decided we couldn't just go for it. We postponed again and went to Home Depot and bought 2 boards that we will cut as if they are the railings to see if we can get it right beforehand. So that's the plan. I think Danny wants to do that tomorrow, so that'll be around 3 or 3:30 when he finishes work. It's not my favorite. But yeah, I sprayed myself heavily with my natural bug spray stuff, and hopefully I didn't get any more mosquito bites being out there for a few hours. But yeah, our brains were hurting from all the calculating and figuring out we were doing. We ended up going to our favorite Chinese place because it's right by Home Depot, and I've been craving it. So we did that right before we bought the logs. I also bought a little watering can for downstairs. My plants I have in the living room because I stole that one for my office because I was tired of using a tiny little kid cup. And yeah, I looked for a new hanging pot for Gustav, but they only had outdoor ones, and this is hanging over my power strip and my computer, so that was a no-go. Speaking of my computer, I have to go do a few edits for the dog rescue. So I need to wrap this up so I can quickly do that because it is 9 o'clock now, 9:02. So I need to do bedtime. Once August comes, I need to shift my bedtime at least. The first step. Right now I'm getting into bed at around 11, which is fine. That's about what I was doing throughout the school year, and waking up at 5:30 most days. 5 on a subbing day where I was there the whole day. And I would prefer to be closing my eyes at 11. That's always been the goal. It's just when I don't get out of Sebastian's room till like 10:40 at times, because I can't leave right away. If I leave, he wakes up and he sobs, and then the timer starts all over again for when I can leave. I need to let him fall asleep and stay at least 20 minutes. Normally not an issue if he falls asleep right away because I just add it for 20 minutes and then go. But if he's all wired and on a different schedule than me, and I'm trying to get into bed by 10:30 one week and then 10 the next week, it's not gonna work out, and he's gonna be pissed, and he's gonna be laying in our bed, which is what he does when he can't fall asleep by the time I have to leave. So that's something we're gonna be doing really soon. But tomorrow I think I'm going to do some laps around the mall. Probably Sebastian will come unless one of his friends can play, then he will not come. Might still look for clothes. Might check the bin store because it's Wednesday dollar day tomorrow. Mostly I want to get a lot of good exercise without being out in the mosquitoes. They're so bad right now because we've had so much rain. The DC area has had the most flood watches. I don't know if it was this year or in the past several months out of the whole country. And we've broken our records. I think we've had 16 so far. We've actually had a break for the past few days from the nightly torrential storms coming through. They don't hit us personally every single time, but somewhere in our little bubble we'll get hit every night. It's just making my mold allergies bad and the mosquitoes so bad. People were talking about them at PT. I don't know when PT is. I think it's Friday, but it might be Thursday. Anyway, I'm rambling. I really want to work on my hair, but I'm also kind of spreading it out a little bit so that I don't have to redo it all right before school starts if I want to have it really fresh. If some of it is only halfway through its month of looking nice before it gets too frizzy, like my roots get frizzy and loose, then I would only have to do half of it again. So I think it's okay that it's half done right now, but I do want to start back up this week. We'll just see. It might happen tomorrow if I'm doing the mall and construction work, but I'm gonna let you go. I just got something in my eye, an eyelash or something. Go do that work real quick and tell Sebastian it's bedtime. So good night, everyone. Stay safe, be kind, and don't forget, wash your hands.